Yeah. Hustling and grinding, don't know where to go. Emerald Coast board, got the knowledge flow. Whispers in the wind, strategies unfold. Business blueprint like a pirate's code.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Tab Lab podcast with your host, Mickey Kilburn, and myself, Neil Grossheider. We are so excited to have you guys here with us today because today is going to be a really fun and I think in-depth conversation that most entrepreneurs feel the strain of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but before we do, a few shout outs to Tanya Seabrook of Seabrook Marketing and her podcast, Run of Show. If you have not found that on YouTube, please check out the link below. It is awesome. She does some really good stuff, and she's going to start doing some trainings for podcasting and YouTube channels and stuff like that. So some awesome things from her coming out. And also Ryan Balmer with the Suffer Up podcast. They help us behind the scenes, but they also have something really cool coming out. I'm going to read it.
Yes.
So I apologize. It is the Punch Out Ultra. It is a big, fun run. Essentially, you do teams of 4, and you just go out and have a great time on February 21st from 8 to 4. Basically, you come out, support a good cause, and just have fun with your buddies.
Yeah.
That's really all it's about.
Good time.
Yeah. Wanted to mention that for everybody because they're awesome people, and it goes to a really good cause.
Absolutely. Good people.
It is. But today, most entrepreneurs struggle with this, and I think it's on the mind of probably any business person. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. 100%.
It's money. Yay.
Cha-ching.
Basically the money mindset, the scarcity, the fear, the do we have enough? Are we making enough? How do I make enough? What am I charging? What am I not charging? I don't know what I'm doing. Kind of,
I'm not worth charging that much.
I'm not worth charging that much. If you've ever thought those things, you're not alone. That is what, like every entrepreneur,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
especially when they start out.
Especially when you start out and your first clients a lot of times are your friends and family.
That's true.
Hey, it's my friend. I should give him a discount.
Yeah, I love giving discounts because this is my livelihood. So let me undercut myself and let me go eat ramen for the next 3 years because I undervalue myself.
Let me just say that if you have a friend that is an entrepreneur and a business owner, please, 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 if you are really their friend, don't ask for a discount.
Pay more.
You're taking money out of your friend's pocket. Don't do that, please. Just help them. Pay them what they're because they're worth what they're asking for.
Yes, they are 100%. And I think that's where a lot of this stems from, right? Like entrepreneurs have a really, really hard time in general setting a price for the services, the products that they provide. And so they've done a lot of work just trying to figure that out to begin with. And then once they figure it out to where they don't think they're charging too much, they think it's a fair price, then they give discounts. So they're not even making what they thought they'd make in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. And they just business owners, entrepreneurs know that when you have a product or service, you know what you need to charge to make money and not be broke at the end of the day and still pay their people, pay their bills, keep the lights on. And so undervaluing that has bigger impacts than just that one deal.
That's exactly. So it's funny you say that, like keeping the lights on, paying your employees. So every good restaurant owner knows exactly how many clients or how much they need to sell every single day to break even. They have to break even every day to keep the lights on. And that goes saying, hey, we open at 11. That's when you turn the lights on. Because if we turn on at 10:30, our electric bill will be too much. And we're not bringing in that much. So they know that break-even point so much. So when you see restaurants giving out discounts, know that they are hurting when they give a discount out.
So what you're saying, I'm hearing you. What you're saying is get that extra taco.
Get the extra taco.
That's what you're saying.
Grab an extra beer.
Yes.
Be a good, customer and drink more for them and eat more for them.
Yeah. And recommend them.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Most of the time people want to get on social media, they want to talk about the bad. They don't talk about the good. Talk about the good.
Talk about the good. Yeah. But this all goes back to money, right? The money scarcity, money fear, fear of money, because this is something we all struggle with.
Yeah, it is. And you said a word there that really resonates as scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
It's that scarcity mindset. Is this going to be my last customer? Is this the only customer I'm going to get this year? I better give them a good deal. And so you end up undercutting yourself, and you start setting that precedence for that cheaper price.
And you're working with a customer who may not be your ideal customer.
Oh, yes.
It may just be, hey, I just started my business. Anybody and everybody is now my customer. And in reality, like 10% are your customer. And so you're wasting your time, your resources, your money on those people that are not. They're red flag customers.
Yeah. And those customers, when you do that, so if I give Neil a 10% discount, Neil's going to go say, hey, Mickey did a great job. He gave me 10% off. Guess what? You just set a precedence.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to be a nice guy. That's where a lot of people go wrong.
I think so.
Is they, because, and you and I see this all the time. We meet hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs all the time. We have coffee, lunches. We meet people all the time. And one common trait for all of them is they all have this selflessness, this servant heart mentality.
Very true.
They are usually, not everybody, but usually they're good people, and they want to do right by people. So they already feel a little guilty charging what they're worth.
Yeah, because, well, we're taught to give,
Yes.
right? We're taught to have a giving heart, I'm going to help my friend in need. I'll give you the shirt off my back if you need it.
Yeah.
Even if it's my business.
Yeah.
I'll give you my business if you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you start setting that up, and then people come in and they expect those discounts and everything. And sometimes they don't even expect a discount, and guess what? You give it to them anyway.
That's right.
You give the discount before they even ask your price.
Yep. Or your employees do. You look like military. I'll give you a discount. Now, not saying anything bad about military discounts, because I know we both get military discounts all the time, but employees, they don't even question.
Yeah. You know, and honestly, most vets, we don't even ask for discounts.
Most of us don't.
We don't even ask. And then if they say, hey, are you a vet? Then we'll go, oh, well, yeah, I'm a vet. You know, but
I never ask for it.
Yeah. I don't ever ask for it either, but you know, you go into places, and absolutely in restaurants for sure.
They do.
Are you a veteran? And then you get that discount,
Yeah.
which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because a lot of them do that for the, you know, to
Correct.
get for their way of giving back. But, but there's a lot of things that, you know, when you start doing those discounts, that can start rolling down your margins even thinner and thinner and thinner.
But going back to this, like getting us back on track here, because we like to go off topic. Going back on track to this giving attitude. Why do entrepreneurs have such a hard time with this?
I think a little bit of it goes to the imposter syndrome, where they feel like I'm not good enough to charge. For example, as a business coach, you know, when we charge our rates for a business coach, sometimes we feel guilty for that because we're trying to help people.
Yep.
But at the same time, we're like, oh, I don't know if they can afford this, you know, and we get into that mindset of that, you know, maybe I'm not good enough to charge, you know, $250 an hour. I'm going to charge you $150 an hour.
Wow. I mean, have you guys ever felt that?
Yeah. And then instead of being the professional business coach, I'm the discount.
Business
coach.
I'm the budget.
Yep.
I'm the budget friendly.
Which business coach do you want? The good one or the one who's giving out all the discounts?
So there's a lot that goes into that right there. So when people see the prices of things, they see a cheaper price, they see a more expensive price. They usually equate, just our mind is like geared and wired to equate the higher level price with quality. So if they see your discount price, you now do not have the quality of this higher price, when in actuality, they're the same. But you just have the imposter syndrome. I shouldn't be charging this. I'm going to charge this because I feel like I should. I feel like I'm taking advantage of these people. So you don't charge a higher price. And now you just become the budget service or budget product and not the quality product that you should be charging for.
So let's talk about it a little bit. We've given lots of examples. What are some things that business owners can do to try to overcome all these self-doubting, self-limiting beliefs that we have that make us
Yep.
undervalue and sell stuff for a
Undervalue
discount.
us. So first things first is you are good enough. You have to have that mindset. Like if you don't have that mindset, then stay in the budget field. That's just kind of my first recommendation. Know that you're good enough and say you're good enough and stand behind that. Second thing is look at your customer base. Like if
Yes.
you're focused on those bad customers, just anybody and everybody, I'll take any customer just because, you are spending so much time on them. So we were just kind of talking before this, and every hour you spend on a red flag customer is an hour wasted on a gold star customer.
Without a doubt.
Like think about that for a second. Think about the people who are stressing you out. So I'm going to put you on the stand here for a second. Real estate. I can say this because I've been there.
Yes,
You deal with a lot of people.
absolutely.
You deal with some people who are, man, they are the best clients in the world. They listen, they do everything they're supposed to. And that is the smoothest transaction in the world. Then you deal with people who think they know, or they've done this a million times. And now they're the hardest person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying anything bad about the price ranges or the people in certain price ranges or anything, but usually the lower level homes, the cheaper homes, are usually the more difficult clients versus the condos, the $1 million homes. Those are usually the easiest clients.
Mm-hmm.
So you're using all your time on a red flag client who's taking all of your time versus that gold star client
Yeah.
who is, you could be using those hours spent wisely.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, would you rather have 10 $100 clients, or would you rather have one $1,000 client?
Exactly. That is 100% accurate
Mm-hmm.
right there.
More margins, 1 versus 10 with the lower margins.
So I think this actually goes into another thing. What we're talking about here is we're scared to get away from clients,
Yeah.
right? It's that like, I need this, I need these people, right? Like this is vital for my business to succeed. Even though I'm going to waste a lot of time on them,
Mm-hmm.
I will get one $10 bill out of them to get to my 1,000.
Are you talking about a scarcity mindset?
I am a little bit. And also there was a study done, it was a Nobel Prize winner who did this study that said we are 2 times more fearful of losing $1,000 than we are of gaining $1,000. So
Did y'all write that down?
it means more to us to lose $1,000 than it does if we gained $1,000. So if somebody gave you $1,000, you're like, this was awesome. Like, I love this. Hey, you can lose that $1,000 right now. I'm going to flip a coin. Now all of a sudden, what did your hearts do? Did they just like skip a beat? Did you automatically just be like,
Mine
oh
did.
my goodness, like, wait a second. It's because we are 2 times more in tune to losing something than we are to gaining something. So we are scared. We're not scared to gain clients. We're scared to lose them. So why are we so scared to lose those clients who are doing nothing for us?
That's deep.
It's scarcity.
It is.
Because if we don't have them, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to focus on the ones that are good.
Absolutely. And the ones that are good like that, they're going to be, if you're spending all that time on those $100 clients
Yep.
that could be spent going to get the $1,000 clients. And I think, in real estate, you bring up real estate. A good example of that is realtors all the time start discounting their commission rates before they even ask.
100%. Yep.
Oh
I
yeah,
do that a lot.
I normally charge this, but you know what? I'm only going to charge you this.
Yeah.
Or hey, the deal's going south. You know what? I'm going to give up a little bit of my commission to help pay for your this.
Mm-hmm.
And we do that, and it is because realtors do get that scarcity mindset.
They do. And then we justify it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, $1,000 is better than no dollars.
Oh my gosh, that is so 100%. Realtors say that all the time.
I say it all the time. Well, so do entrepreneurs.
Yes.
They say the same thing. Well, hey, this client is better than no clients.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because if you would have taken the time out of that client and focused that effort on finding that $1,000 client or creating that product to fit that $1,000 that client,
Mm-hmm.
now instead of 10 $100 clients, you may have $10,000 clients.
Yes, absolutely.
because that's what we're building towards. So
Yep.
it all goes back to this money, this fear of money and not having the money or mismanaging the money or everything to do with our bottom dollar, essentially.
Yeah, and that mindset, of charging too much. When we have that mindset, we get that I don't feel that I'm worth $1,000.
Yeah.
And it only took me 20 minutes. We talked about this earlier. You brought this up, that 10, 15, 20 minutes to do it, but there's 10 years of experience that only took you 10 to 20 minutes to do that.
Correct, because we feel like there's no way I can charge. I can't charge you $500 for this.
Yeah.
It literally took me 20 minutes.
Yes.
But that's what we're not thinking about. Yeah, it may have only taken them that much, and man, I can't believe I paid that much for them to take less than a half an hour to knock this out. They spent decades getting to the 20 minutes. I love it when it comes down like marketing. We have to do marketing, right? Everybody is a salesperson no matter what job that they're in. It's just sales and marketing and getting yourself out there, doing social media marketing. I will be the first one to tell you, I'm terrible at social media. I do what I'm told to do and think it's correct, even though I have no idea. If I pay somebody to do it, they will do a much better job at doing it because they have years of experience. Now, I can figure it out, but how much time am I wasting? And so then we have to stop and think, how valuable is your time? You may have paid somebody $500 to do something for half an hour and be like, man, I can't believe I did that.
Yes.
But if you're back there spending 4 or 5 hours doing the same thing they did, I think that $500 is worth it. For me, it is anyway.
It is. When I used to be in IT, I had a company back in the day that was a mobile PC repair, and I would go to customers instead of making them bring it to the shops and stuff. And I would go, and there were so many times, and I'm going to admit something. So here we go.
Oh, this will be good. This will be
I
good.
would go out there, and I'd solve the problem in 5 minutes. And I had a rule: $85 an hour, 1 hour minimum. If I show up at your door, it's 1 hour minimum. Period. I'd solve it in 5-10 minutes, tops. And now I sat there and I would clean people's computers, do everything optimization, because I was trying to justify the 1 hour.
Yep.
And I didn't need to. I solved the problem because I knew what I was doing. But here's the flip of that. When you do these things and you spend extra time versus the right time like that, what does that actually hurt? That goes back into your life and your health, because that time that I'm spending with that client could be potentially time that I don't get to go to, an after school event. One of,
that's exactly
the dance recitals or whatever. You miss those things. Or, my son and I have been trying to go to the gym. Well, if I'm spending extra time, we may not get to go to the gym that day. That's more important to me. It's health and it's life, because it's my son, that time with him. But that time, I spent that extra time doing that. And we can justify that because we are like, that's not right. It is right.
It is right. And that's exactly like why we have to be careful, and we can't be fearful of charging what we charge, because we've gained the experience. We've learned through the hard knocks. Every entrepreneur knows business is not easy. It's hard to start a business. And if you're all of a sudden undercutting yourself just to try to get a client, you're already taking a step back. And then that's actually going to decrease sales. Which is the adverse effect of what you want to happen. So I want to do a little switch here, because we've been talking a lot about, clients and the right clients and the sales and imposter syndrome, all that fun stuff, right? But for those of you who have read Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, great book. If you've never read it, great way to stop and think about profit and money, because what he does is he kind of flips the script. We're always told, or we learn, that our profit is sales minus expenses equals profit. That is how we are taught, and that's pretty much the definition of profit.
Every business college is teaching that. Everything.
Well, he flips it. He says, yeah, that's cool, but then we only gain how much we sold and how expensive our business is to run. So if we make $10, but it costs us $9 to run the business, well, we made $1, essentially. He says, let's flip the script. Sales minus profit equals expenses. Now, what we're actually doing, and this is the fun part, because I know everybody there is like, wait a second. If you've never read that book, you're thinking, hold on, this doesn't make any sense because it's expensive to run a business. And yes, you are correct. But what it's doing is we're shifting how our brain thinks about this. Because right now we are thinking more of the scarcity mindset. Hey, we have to make this much money for our profit, to gain a profit, to break even. It's where the break even comes from, right? We do the break even analysis, all that fun stuff. Because it's my sales minus expenses equals that profit, and I've got to break even. It's a scarcity thing. So you're constantly in that fear stage. If you flip it and do the sales minus profit, what you want to make, or what your profit should be, equals expenses, your brain all of a sudden shifts to, hey, if I have a business, I got to make this thing run. I sold $10, I'm getting 5 of that. I got to make this thing run off $5.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden, you turn back into that entrepreneurial spirit. You become an innovator.
Yeah.
And you innovate ways to either sell more to make sure you get your $5 profit, or you start cutting and you run your business very lean. And it is a great shift in mindset when we come to think about money and the fear of it. Because what that mindset's doing is it's taking away the fear and saying, no, I have to be innovative. I have to continue my entrepreneurial journey to get to where I need to be with that profit. So then the money is not so scary.
That's gold.
Yeah, I know.
That's cool. That's a good book. What was the book again and the author?
It's called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz.
That's needs to be on a must read.
Yes, it should be.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very good book. It's easy to read. So highly recommended.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, thank
Good
you.
stuff.
I know.
Every once in a while, the Air Force guy gets it.
He's finally understanding. He is finally understanding.
Yeah, and that whole time, you talk about that stuff, and it's just that scarcity mindset. You do start doing that, where you just start getting all these customers, and then you get yourself so busy that when the good customers come, you don't have time for them.
Nope, and you miss them.
And you do, and that one could be a gold nugget.
Yep.
That one that actually has connections that can get you in somewhere else, but you spent all this time with that bad mindset.
Yes.
Of trying to just survive. And you talked about that $1,000 and losing that. That's like why, you get that $1,000 and people go, oh, invest that. And people won't invest it because why?
Yes, they do.
I could lose that $1,000.
I could lose the $1,000.
Instead, I'm going to go buy this.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's where you have to look at your business a little bit differently, because you're investing in your business.
Mm-hmm. That's the key.
Yeah.
Investing in the business, not trying to just get your business to survive, but to be strategically thinking about growth and not just getting by.
Look at that. Strategically thinking about growth.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother podcast.
It is.
There's a lot to that.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, there really is.
Yep.
So with money mindset, with all this talk of, the fear of pretty much making money, because I think that's what a lot of it comes down to. The more I make, what do I do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the right way to do it? Is it the wrong way? Did I cheat people out of it? All that stuff. To the scarcity, I have to take anybody and everybody just to keep the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
What is some good old man wisdom for us? Because this is always gold.
Well, okay. So, I've done a lot of different stuff with a lot of different people, but the one thing that you have to always consider when you consistently give discounts, when you consistently don't value and charge what you're worth, you start to devaluing your brand.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of being a quality brand, you start becoming a discount brand.
Yep.
Like when you go to buy a desk for your office, you're going to go buy it at, Rooms to Go, or you're going to go buy it at Walmart. Well, you're not going to buy it at Walmart because they are known as the discount.
It's going to be cheap.
It's a discount brand.
Mm-hmm.
And so don't undervalue yourself. You know what you're doing. Don't let imposter syndrome creep in. And if it does, go listen to our podcast.
That's right. There's a really good one.
And get your head in the game and start thinking strategically, because you can do this.
Yes, you can. And I think it's the mindset, that mindset shift of you can do this. I am worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I am worth what I charge. Because otherwise, like Mickey was talking about, going down to the budgeting, it becomes a race to the bottom at that point.
Yes, it does.
And we all know what happens when you get to the race to the bottom. The only person winning is the customer. And then both businesses are all sudden out of business.
Yep. Ask
And
that
then-
to all the long distance companies that are no longer in business.
That's right. Because there's no need for it.
Mm-hmm. Race to the bottom.
Race to the bottom. Yep. So
Yeah.
this is good. This is
Good
a fun one. We all suffer from this.
We do. Absolutely. Especially when you have friends come.
Yes, especially when you have friends come, and especially at the beginning of the year right now, because we're all talking about budgeting. We're all talking about money. We're all, hey, how much do I need to spend this quarter in sponsorships? How much do I need to do in professional development? What do I need to do for marketing and sales? There's a lot of that budgeting going on. And while you're thinking about it, you're probably thinking lean because you don't know how this year is going to go, or your year started out really, really well, but you're scared it's going to go poorly after Q1. So you're holding on to that money because we're more scared to lose that money than we are to gain it.
Yeah.
So we have to stop and think, how are we going to flip that mindset
Yep.
to celebrating those small wins every day, celebrating those gains more than we care about the loses?
Yes. And when you start cutting those margins because you're giving those discounts, now you can't sponsor that that softball team or that the dance class. You can't sponsor them because you don't have the money.
Correct.
You can't do the other things you need to do when you don't have any money because you didn't value yourself. You have no marketing dollars. You have nothing. And then you're wondering how you're going to make payroll.
Yep. Which is awful.
That's a horrible feeling, to be a business owner and not know how you're going to pay your people.
And if you're hearing this and you've ever been there, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yep.
It's a gut-wrenching feeling of, these are people's lives.
Yep.
I devalued their livelihood because I
Oh.
devalued myself and what we're worth.
I think you just got a new gray hair
Is
right
it-
there, buddy.
it's
Look
some
at
old
that
man
old man wisdom.
See, just rubbing off. Yep, here it comes.
That was good.
Yeah, thank you. But that's what we're doing because then we can't pay our employees.
Yep. Yep.
And it's their livelihood
Yep.
that we're messing with.
Yep.
So,
That's absolutely right.
so thank you guys for listening. Catch us next time because the next one's going to be fun too. It's about overnight success.
What? That
And
happens
how-
to everybody.
It does. It does.
It's automatic. You open, you put a sign in the door. Boom, ba-da-da.
Congratulations, you have
Millionaire.
$1 million. Yep, that's right.
No.
So stay tuned because that's what's coming up. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Yeah. Hustling and grinding, don't know where to go. And my coast board got the knowledge flow. Whispers in the wind, strategies unfold. Business blueprint like a pirate's code.